Thank you so much. You can see the table below shows the amount of money spent by 100 learners at school on a particular day. And between 0 kwacha to 5 kwacha, there were 13 students. The frequency stands for the students. And between 5 kwacha and 10 kwacha, there were 27 students. Between 10 kwacha and 15 kwacha, there were 35 students. Between 15 kwacha and 20 kwacha, there were 16 students. Between 20 kwacha and 25, there were 7 students. And between 25 kwacha and 30 kwacha, there were 2 students. And then they say calculate the standard deviation. So we are looking at the standard deviation. This is how we should do it. Now, from the question itself here, you are not supposed to waste much of your time. So from the question itself, if this is your question, what are you going to do? The question paper, please, ladies and gentlemen, the same question paper, don't even waste your time. You do it like this, you extend the lines. Don't waste your time. You extend, you can say I'm extending. Please, you just have to do what? Extend. Have you seen that I've extended? You don't worry about that. You kill this one. I need this line. I also need the other line. You can see what I'm doing on the question paper. This side, you put the totals here. You put the totals this side. Don't worry. After that, is there any problem here? You put x, here you put fx, here you put fx squared. You can see what I've done. I just extended on the same question paper. Then I continue. Now I should find what is between 0 and 5. How do I do it? You add this plus that divided by 2, I'll get 2.5. So this 2.5 is there. Again, when you add this and that 15 divided by 2, I'll get 7.5. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what did they do for me to get this 7? They were just adding a 5. So I'll add a 5 here. It will be 12.5. I'll add a 5 here. It will be 17.5. It is a sequence, 17.5. You can see that eventually I'm coming up with a sequence. Again, if you continue, you add a 5 there, I will have 22.5. Again, if I add a 5 there, it will be 27.5. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed how we came up with these points. I said in the end, we come up with the frequency. So for the sake of learning, for those people who have just joined us, I'm saying on the same question paper, don't even waste your time. On the same question, I add the 5 there becomes 17.5. I add the 5 there becomes 22.5. I add the 5 there, I become 27.5. Is there any problem, ladies and gentlemen? I feel there is no problem. From there, you extend. I said, yeah, I've already extended. This is what I did on that. You have extended. So you would question like this, extend, I've already extended, so now I've extended, you have to extend again another one. You want an example? This is on your question paper. Or what I want is to find the totals here. I'll get the totals. Here we go. Here I'll call it f of x. Here I'll call it f of x squared. So I'll start with f of x. So you get a calculator. So how do you get? You say, okay, since I'm getting a calculator, you say, okay, we are going to do it like this. You say, okay, 2.5, mind you, be careful, and you have to set your calculator in a correct mode. You have got to go for the mode. Let it be on a standard, not whereby you go to other things like standard deviation or other mode. You are going to have wrong figures. You say 2.5. We should multiply by 13. So the number you get there is 32.5. So meaning that here I'll get 32.5. You get 32.5 here, you write 32.5. Again, you go to the next, you say 7.5. Should multiply by 27. Please, I'm multiplying by the frequency. I'll get I'll get, mind you, I'll get the 7 times that, I'll get 2, I'll get 202.5. And then again, don't get scared about the points. 12.5, 12.5, I should multiply by 35. So you get something like this. You get 437.5. Again 17.5. So 17.5 should multiply by 16. And again you get 28. So this 28 there, you write it like that. Again in 22.5 should multiply by 7. You get 157.5. Last but not the least, you agree with me that 27.5 should multiply by 2. You get, of course, 55. Of course, no point there. So please, ladies and gentlemen, what was I saying? I'm saying all you need to do is you have to multiply this and the frequency. Multiply this, so meaning we are multiplying this and the frequency. Multiply this with the frequency to get this. So we should find the totals. Already the 100 in the story, I know that the 100. So we should add up this. So in order for me, do it systematically so that when you finish one row, you are done. So we are saying 55. Here I start from here, 55 plus 157.5 plus 280 plus 280 plus, you can see 437, 437, 437.5, 437.5 plus, you agree with me, that is 202.5 plus, you agree with me, that 32.5. The answer you get here, I'll get like this. It will be 1000. I'll get 1000, of course 165. No point. Please, this is what we are going to get there. So I go to the next one. I have to square this, square this, square this, square this, square this, square this. Just a reminder, please, this is to do with on your question paper. I haven't started writing on the answer sheet. Or mind you, this year the exam format has changed. You are going to write everything in the question paper. So I haven't started even answering this question, but just on whatever information I'm given, this is what I'm doing. The table which I was given, I've just extended it and I'm doing it correctly. This is standard deviation. So I come this side. Be careful. 2.5, I square it. You agree with me that I'll get something like that. I should multiply by the frequency, which is 13. I'll get 8. I'll get something like 81. I'll get 81.25. Be careful. Then you go to the next one. Be careful. How do I do it? I said 27. Sorry, not 27, but I'm saying 7.5 squared multiplied by 27. You get that. You will get this one, which is you will get 1518.75. You can see I'm doing it like that. Be careful what I'm doing. You are doing. You go to the next one. You are going to say, okay, 12.5 squared, then I should multiply by 35. You agree with me that you are going to have that figure. Don't be scared of the figure. 5,468.75. Don't be scared of the figure. You go to the next one, meaning 17.5 squared. So 17.5 squared, you are going to multiply by, you You are going to multiply with the 16. You get something like, okay, this is 4,900. So you continue, then you say 22.5 squared multiplied by 7. You get something like 35. You get 35, 43.75. Of course, you continue, you say 27.5, 27.5 is squared multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2. Of course, you get 1,512. Of course, yeah, actually it is 100, 100, and it is like 1,512.5. Be careful, you have to be very careful. So this is our last figure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do the needful. I start adding. So this number should be added to 3543.75 plus 4,900 plus, you agree with me that this is 5468.75 plus, I'm adding, please, I'm here, I'll get 1518.75 plus, I'm adding last number 81.52. The answer I'll get is this number, which is very, very important. I'll get 1702, like that. Thank you so much. No point. Please, these figures are very, very important. I hope you are enjoying. So please, you go to your answer sheet. Once more, this is supposed to be done on the question. Now you go on the answer sheet solution. I'm looking for the standard deviation. Number one is to find the mean. These are the steps. How do you find the mean? It is the summation of f of x over the summation of the frequency. You just get the figures. Already the summation of f of x is there. You get 1,165. I should divide by this number, which is 100, mind you, which is 100, because in the story they have told me that they were 100. So now if you do the needful, you agree with me that this is 11.65. So please, to three significant figures, don't leave your answer like this. How do we do it? We do it like this, 11.7. This number is very, very important, this number. It is at this stage there whereby we square this number. You say, what about the mean squared? What am I squaring? I'm squaring 11.7. You square it. Don't square it on the other part. I'll get 136.89. I'm squaring this number. Please put asterisk because it's very, very important to remember. This is a very, very important part. Some people would ask me, sir, is it wrong for me when I square this number? Yeah, if you square 11.65, it is very, very wrong. You are going to get a wrong figure. You may end up losing some marks there. So the other part is now to say, okay, let me find the other part, which is the f of x squared over the summation of f. You agree with me that I've got already this one. It is 17,025 over 100. So over 100, you agree with me that if you do the needful, just like the point is here, you are dividing 1, 2, so the point will be 17,025. Again, this number is very, very important. Now some people were busy asking me, say, sir, where did you get that formula? Because the formula standard deviation is equal to, you agree with me that it is equal to the summation of f of x squared divided by the summation of f minus, then you square this one. So this is the formula. So in short, I've got this. I've got this figure, I've got this figure, and I'm supposed just to subtract. I'm just going to say, okay, standard deviation is equal to, it is the difference. It is the difference between this one minus 136.89. So with your calculator, do it nice with your calculator. You agree with me that it is 170.25. Then I should subtract 136.89. So you agree with me that I have this. So what am I going to have? Standard deviation there. You are going to have the square root of 33.36. What is the square root of this number? When you do it, then tactically you get this number. You get this number 5.775811 So to three significant figures, standard deviation, you agree with me that 1, 2, 3, the neighbor is this one. So it will be 5.78. So this is what we are supposed to do. So ladies and gentlemen, what is that which I was reminding you to do? Number one, on the question paper, this is what we call, grouped data. The data is being grouped here. So we are looking at the midpoint. You find the midpoint. After finding the midpoint, normally here you come up with what we are calling a sequence. So in an exam, if I find the first two, you should just find the difference. Then I start adding. It will be like that. When you square it, multiply by the frequency, you get this one. You get this one. Before you square it, you multiply. You are getting this. Thereafter you square it, it is this one. Then you add the totals, you put them there. Then you come and just replace them. So what should appear in your answer sheet is this. This is very, very important. And this is how we find the standard deviation. I hope you have had a nice time. Today we have looked at statistics and the cubic function. Of course, we touched briefly on the calculus, meaning on how to find the equation of the tangent. So I hope you really enjoyed. Thank you so much. God bless you. Remember to go to church. Today is a Sunday. So let me go and prepare myself so that I go to church. God bless you. Thank you.